Introduction. The class develops what types of oil there are for the vehicle engine, how each differs, and the implications for fleet management. Types of vehicle engine oil. Car oil as vitality for the engine. Engine care requires a constant investment in its maintenance, and the selection and use of car oil is paramount for engine protection and care, since it represents the most expensive part in terms of maintenance and repair. When choosing the type of oil to use, it is important to buy the right one. When we buy the oil that we believe to be the most convenient for the car, we have to know that the useful life of the engine is in our hands. The use of the right oil is decisive for the protection and care of the engine. Its lubrication is necessary to ensure that its performance is efficient and that there is no premature wear. It is necessary to follow the vehicle manufacturer's recommendations to use the type of oil that the engine needs, and the times to change the oil. Engine oil change is by mileage or time, or whichever is sooner. Lubricants are differentiated by the particular viscosity of each one and the SAE and API grades that each one has. Types of motor oil. Monograde and multigrade. Engine oils are mainly divided into two categories, monograde and multigrade. Monograde oils are recognized for having only one viscosity grade, such as SAE 80 or SAE 75. The use of these oils is recommended in vehicles with low revolutions and do not exceed 85 degrees Celsius. Multigrade oils have variations in their viscosity, such as 20W50 oil, where the first number followed by the W winter indicates the fluidity of the oil when cold. The lower this number, the better the cold fluidity, and the faster the oil will reach all parts of the engine, thus ensuring the protection of all elements in less time. On the other hand, the second number refers to the viscosity of the oil at normal engine operating temperatures. The higher the number, the higher the viscosity, and therefore the greater the lubricating film that will remain. From the point of view of cold behavior, oils with lower SAE grades before the W will perform better at low temperatures. In other words, a lubricant with SAE 15W40 will behave better in cold conditions than a lubricant with SAE 20W50. On the other hand, there is a difference in hot performance. Oils with higher SAE grades after W tend to generate thicker lubricant films and protect more, since viscosity is necessary to protect the mechanical parts in contact as well as to provide better sealing. However, an excess of viscosity when hot could cause more internal friction and poorer engine performance, leading to higher fuel consumption and an increase in temperature due to friction with such a viscous oil. Multigrade oils include synthetic, semi-synthetic, and mineral varieties. Synthetic oils. Performance and durability. Synthetic oils are obtained by laboratory synthesis rather than using products extracted from petroleum or other natural substances. Synthetic oils are a combination of oils and additives that enhance certain properties such as anti-wear, anti-pollution, anti-corrosion, etc., and are suitable for the most demanding and high-performance engines, as well as for extreme conditions such as high temperatures or high pressure. What is the difference between a synthetic oil and a conventional oil? The first difference lies in the refining process. Conventional lubricants are directly derived from petroleum. Synthetics, on the other hand, are processed in a laboratory by chemical synthesis under specific conditions. They are designed for their intended use, which results in better technical conditions. Apart from this, there are some fundamental differences that you should be aware of. The conventional one has a lower fluidity in cold climates, while the synthetic one is very stable in any kind of situation. Evaporation loss is very low in those that have been refined in the laboratory due to their composition. Synthetic helps to save fuel, since it makes the engine work less in low gears. The car engine is prone to the formation of hot deposits. The higher fluidity of synthetic motor oils makes it more difficult for this to occur. As a result, less fuel is burned, and the lines do not become clogged in the medium term. Initial resistance is a common phenomenon when starting the engine. The problem is that conventional oils put it under greater pressure, which results in a loss of power. With synthetic oils, starting will be faster. Finally, there is another common mechanism in oils that you should be aware of: viscosity breakdown. When subjected to extreme conditions of pressure and temperature, it is common for these liquids to lose fluidity. In this sense, synthetic oils show considerably greater resistance, which increases their performance. 15 reasons to use synthetic oil. It flows easily in cold weather, so there is no loss of lubrication when the oil is cold. Highly resistant to viscosity breakdown, the ability of the oil to flow easily in all temperatures due to high temperature, friction, chemical contaminants. Long change intervals, 30,000 to 45,000 kilometers. Cost is twice that of conventional oil. However, it lasts longer. Better viscosity performance in low, high, and extreme temperatures. Better viscosity index. Better chemical stability. Decreased evaporation loss. Resistance to oxidation, thermal damage, and oil sludge problems. Possibility of extended drain intervals with the environmental benefit of less waste generation from burned oils. Improved fuel economy in certain engine configurations. Improved lubrication during startups in extreme cold weather conditions. Potential for extended engine life. Superior protection against ash and other deposit formations in engine hotspots for less oil burn and reduced opportunities for clogging in lubrication lines. Increased horsepower and torque due to less initial resistance in the engine. Improved fuel economy. Low viscosity synthetic oils. Adapted to hybrid technology. This class of lubricant is recommended for hybrid vehicles. They offer great protection to vehicles with the start-stop system, contribute to fuel economy and emissions reduction. Semi-synthetic oil. Balance between performance and cost. With a viscosity of 10W40, semi-synthetic oil is a balanced choice for those seeking reliable performance at a reasonable cost. Mineral oil. Options for various conditions. Mineral oil is a product obtained through a process of distillation of crude oil in which unwanted substances are filtered and removed. Due to the way it is obtained, it is necessary to add a series of additives so that it can be used in engines and mechanical parts. This lubricant is one of the oldest types on the market. In fact, for many years it was the most widely used lubricant in all types of combustion engines. In addition, it is characterized by being mineral-based, i.e., it comes from the earth. Due to its dense molecular structure, it is slower to flow inside the engine. This circulation can lead to lower vehicle performance and higher fuel consumption. For a long time, this type of lubricant was the best option available. For this reason, the vast majority of older vehicles, before 1995, carry this type to lubricate the engine components. It is also common to find heavy-duty vehicles, such as trucks or agricultural machinery, that use it in their engines. Mineral lubricants have only one viscosity grade to fulfill their main function. However, in order to improve their performance in different scenarios, additives are added to them to give them new properties. Some of the most important functions of mineral oil additives include improving fluidity, protecting components from fuel spills, preventing premature wear, adding new properties, and preventing physicochemical changes. The variety of mineral oils offers good options for cars such as 15W40 oil that can be used by gasoline and diesel vehicles. The oil should be changed within a range of not more than 5,000 kilometers. For vehicles with a lot of travel and wear, the option is 20W50 oil, but it is also advisable to change it before 5,000 kilometers. The importance of choosing the right oil. The right oil is decisive for the useful life of the car's engine and to achieve the ideal performance. We must not forget the vehicle manufacturer's recommendations and also respect the viscosity and SAE and API grades. Implications for fleet management. It is recommended to use synthetic oils in fleet vehicles because of all the advantages developed above. Follow the vehicle manufacturer's instructions on the oil to be used and the time periods. Failure to follow the vehicle manufacturer's instructions may result in the loss of the vehicle's warranty. When I worked as a fleet manager for the street cleaning service in Madrid, the oil company that supplied us with the motor oil for the fleet vehicles analyzed the motor oil every time it was changed and supplied us with all the results of the condition of the motor oil and the engine. With this data, in some vehicles the maintenance period was extended from 30,000 to 45,000 kilometers, reducing the cost and allowing the vehicle to be available for service for longer. It is recommended to analyze the engine oil at each change and analyze the results to know the condition of the oil, the engine, and if it is possible to extend the oil change period.
Learn about our fleet management consulting and training services. reduce costs, and optimize fleet management activities. We electrify your fleet of vehicles. We carry out the electrification plan until its implementation, known as